So I'll be speaking about UBE journey from simple to complex. And first disclaimer is I've been trained as an open surgeon. From there, I graduated to microsurgery, and from there I started UBE. I did my first UBE case after I did my about 3,000 surgeries as a consultant. So, so the question was, still my workhorse is an MI Stilif, which is very fast in my hands. It takes about 1 hour 15 minutes to do a single level MIS fusion, but I needed to convince myself why I need to go for this new technique. So let us go through the basic concepts, why UBE is different from the others. Is it just a social media hype, or is it there something scientifically different from other modes of microsurgery? Actually, we work in this space called son space, which is a potential space where between the bone, the lamina, and the multifidus muscle, and we actually dilate the space with saline, and then we continue our work. We don't hurt the multifidus, which we have to do normally in our open or microsurgeries, but we work underneath the multifidus in this potential space where there is only loose areolar tissue. This lovely image from my friend Ashwin again explains it. If you go through this, you'll understand that UBE is basically a surgery which is less harmful to the multifidus muscle, and where you preserve and you respect the multifidus. So that is the basic point why we want to do UBE surgery. That should be first clear in my mind, in our minds. So you must have all these basic equipments before you start your UBE surgery journey, and these are readily available. And then you should have a perfect OT setup. You know, before you start your first case, you must make sure that everything is in place. Once you start the surgery, then if the things are not there, then your confidence level will go down and you will falter during the surgical steps. So you must meet all the. So this was my first case, L4 L5 disc with left-sided radiculopathy. So I managed to do it with under reasonable time with reasonable visualization, and kind of you can see there's a lot of epidural fat. It's a simple case, and normally I would do with microscope, and I could take out the disc fragment, and my team and myself, we are very happy and we are rejoicing. So from there, I went on to do my second case, which was again a L5S1 disc. So again, if you see the visuals, so this was a phase of my, when I was not I was not clear in my mind whether I should do microsurgery, UBE surgery, whether it is good or bad. But these visuals, they encouraged me to keep on going. So the lovely visuals of the nerve roots, the maneuverability, the easy handling of the neural structures, these basically, motivated me to continue my UBE journey. And from there, I did my first UBE lumbar canal stenosis, which is again not a very severe stenosis. I could do the bilateral decompression. I could go to the opposite side, go laminarly, and just decompress the contralateral nerve root, which is again a very, very big advantage of UBE over microsurgeries. You can decompress. So in here, this was my fifth or sixth case. You can see that I've put longitudinal incisions because in my mind I was I wanted to have microsurgery as a backup. If I failed, I had to open up to convert it to a microsurgery. So again, then after I did my 25-30 cases of decompression and discectomies, I was quite, my OT setup was pretty confident, and I was confident to go ahead with my first fusion, which was a light ichthyosis, again without severe stenosis. So this is what I could achieve. Again, then went on to a high-grade listhesis. Again, had a good reduction and things. But you should keep in mind that your surgical technique should be good. In UBE, again, it is very important to have a good landing. So you see that I have landed in the son space. This is the first time I have introduced my endoscope, and I have landed in this potential space. I have lifted up the multifidus, and the bone lies underneath my camera. I have not done any stripping at all, which is any stripping in UBE surgery is going against the principles of UBE of not hurting the multifidus. So this is the first time I'm introducing my RF probe, and with it, basically what I'm doing is I'm just shrinking the loose areolar tissue that lies in that potential son space, and trying to delineate the margins of the lamina so that I can start drilling. So till this time, when I have not started drilling, I'm working in a potential space. This space is actually not there. This is the space created by lifting up the multifidus. And once I start drilling, once the hole is made, once the bone is, a little bit of bone is drilled, then what we do is then we convert it to an actual space, and then the life becomes easier. You can triangulate better. So these are the steps of a UBE T-leaf surgery. By then, I was quite fast. This is although a fast-forwarded video, but my confidence level was quite good. I could create a good vision. I could go to the opposite side quite easily. And here you can see that I've delineated the parts and the IAP quite well. And you should have good visuals and you should have good bony appearances. You should before you go in for the complex cases. I sometimes use bone scalpel to take out the IAP. It makes my life easier, makes it faster. And then you go ahead with the surgery, go ahead with ligamentum flavum excision. I sometimes take out half the wing of a butterfly, or sometimes I use piecemeal technique. But if you take out half the wing of a butterfly, it makes your life easier. The bleeding is less, I would say. So once you have done the decompression, you go ahead with the interdiscal work. And this is how the interdiscal work looks like in UBE. Basically, you have a clear vision of the end plates. You can prepare the end plates better, and this is the vision that you get of the end plates before you go ahead with the fusion. So these are some of my cases. Again, sometimes I use one-sided screws. Again, a lysis case, L5S1 pass break, and grade 2 lysis again corrected by UBE. In this case, actually, it failed because wasn't fusion. One of my, some of your cases will fail, and you may have to revise them. But it's all part of the journey, I believe. So I visited Professor Son, who opened my eyes, and we are organizing this Asian UBE meet in July. If anybody is interested to learn from the masters, please do come and join us. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you.